For every rapper who's praised like a lyrical prophet, there's another who seems to attract more hate than hype. In the world of hip-hop, it's never just about talent, it's about reputation, choices, behavior, and sometimes just pure perception. Today we're breaking down some of the most loved and most hated rappers in the game. 1 minute it's admiration, the next, backlash. Let's dive into the names fans either rally behind or completely reject. Let's start with J. Cole, one of the most consistently respected names in modern rap. Cole is the embodiment of humility in an industry obsessed with flexing. He shows up to red carpets and hoodies, skips out on flashy chains, and still manages to sell out arenas and go platinum.
Why should people care?
They don't have to care about me. They should. I'm not gonna say they should. If you do, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? If you like the music, that's what matters. But you know, I live a real life outside of this. You know what I mean? I do real things in real life. You don't have to care. And it's not that. None of this is that serious.
His lyrics are packed with wisdom, self-reflection, and social commentary. He's the type of rapper who speaks to both your head and your heart. Fans love him because he doesn't chase trends. He builds his own lane and walks it with grace. As one fan put it, we just gotta be grateful Cole continues to just be Cole. He's the quiet storm in a genre full of noise. But where J. Cole represents humility and integrity, P. Diddy, once a towering figure in hip-hop, now finds himself buried under a mountain of allegations and controversy. Once hailed for shaping the 90s sound and building empires, his reputation today is stained with lawsuits, abuse claims, and behind-the-scenes exploitation.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
For example, on one of his songs, a fan commented, "It's sad how this song is legit a banger, but the artist is just demonic." Fans who once admired his mogul moves now question the legacy he leaves behind. For many, Diddy has gone from respected businessman to cautionary tale. Then there's Kendrick Lamar, the genius, the poet, the Pulitzer winner. Kendrick isn't just making rap, he's crafting art that shakes the culture. Every project is layered with meaning, tied to real-world issues, and packed with wordplay that demands multiple listens. He vanishes between albums and returns with purpose, not just a playlist filler. Kendrick is loved not just for his bars, but for how he elevates the genre and speaks for voices often unheard. He's one of the rare few artists who gets universal respect from fans, critics, and even rivals. On the opposite end is DaBaby, whose once promising rise was quickly derailed by his own actions. Bursting onto the scene with raw energy and a unique flow, DaBaby had everything lined up for superstardom. But a string of violent incidents, offensive public statements, and repeated controversies have all but erased that momentum.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone like that up. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't in the parking lot, put your cell phone like that up.
Once known for his charisma and catchy hooks, now he's more often mentioned in headlines than on playlists. Fans haven't forgotten, and many haven't forgiven. Next we have Future, a trap icon who's made vulnerability sound cool. He's known for being toxic, sure, but also brutally honest.
You identify my bitches with APs. She ain't got an AP, she is not mine.
You cold. He cold.
She belongs to the streets.
From heartbreak to addiction to grinding through the pain, Future turns his darkest thoughts into anthems that resonate across generations. His influence is massive. You hear his style in dozens of younger artists today. Love him or hate him, Future has built a sound that defines an era, and fans admire him for owning his flaws and never faking his story. Then there's Lil Pump, once the face of SoundCloud rap with Gucci Gang blasting everywhere. But his momentum took a major hit after beefing with J. Cole. In 2018, Cole dropped 1985, Intro to the Fall Off, firing off lines like, "All these rappers poppin' now is young, everybody say the music that they make is dumb," and ending with the warning, "Just remember what I told you when your shit flop."
Wow, you get so much props. You just a 17-year-old. Like, lame ass jit. Shit, I ain't worried about none of you old heads. I ain't with none of that lyrical shit. I just be having fun with what I do. Scat!
Even though they later reunited for an interview, the damage was done. Cole's words aged like a prophecy, and Pump's fall from relevance became exactly what that track predicted.
And the more Lil Pump raps and the more he tries to, I don't know, make observations and say funny stuff here and there, the more I think he exposes himself as just being a moron. This Pump tape is not good.
On the love side again, we find Lil Uzi Vert, an artist who defies expectations and embraces weird in the best way. With his eccentric style, infectious melodies, and genre-blending sound, Uzi carved out a space that no one else really touches. He connects with fans on a personal level.
Yo, Uzi! Uzi! What's good, bro? Can you pay for my college tuition? 90 grand, I go to Temple, bro.
90 grand? I could pay for that.
Often opening up emotionally while still keeping things energetic and fun. He's the rock star of this generation's rap scene, fearless, fluid, and wildly original. For many fans, Uzi isn't just entertaining, he's relatable. And finally, we have Lil Mabu, a white suburban kid from a wealthy background who's rapping like he grew up in the streets. The problem? Most fans know he didn't.
Yo, Mabu! Yo! Yo!
Despite never setting foot in the kind of environment he raps about, Mabu built his image around drill aesthetics and street talk. He's managed to land big-name collaborations with artists like Fivio Foreign and NBA Youngboy, which help boost his visibility, but not necessarily his credibility. To many in the hip-hop community, Mabu comes off as a character, someone playing dress-up in a culture he wasn't raised in. One commenter even put it bluntly: no auto-tune, no mixing, just straight ass. His bars go viral, but respect? That's something he's still chasing and for now hasn't really earned. Hip-hop has always been about duality. For every artist lifting the genre up, there's another dragging it down or just riding its coattails. But no matter where you stand, the conversation keeps evolving. So who do you think deserves love and who's earned the hate? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget, in hip-hop, reputation is everything.